Let me tell you something. A driver don't pick the car. The car pick the driver. It's a mystical bond between man and machine. It's a mystical bond between man.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to all of the absolutely incredible contributions from my Optibotimus Plus channel members, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Studio Series Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Class B-127. Now, for full disclosure, this figure was acquired from an overseas seller. However, as part of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, he will be available at various Target stores in the near future. Now, initially, this was a figure I was kind of on the fence about. Primarily, he is just a repaint of that previously released Studio Series B-127, but he does feature a new head sculpt, which is an unhelmeted version of Bumblebee, which I'm curious about because we have gotten other unhelmeted versions of Bumblebee, and I'm just wondering if they just swapped some of those out. But for the figure, as you can see, I've always really liked this look. It is very Cybertronian. It does pretty nicely capture the way that he looked in the film. But as you can see, he is a deeper yellow color. Doing the comparison right up front, as you can see, very bright yellow. I mean, this is like a regular mustard yellow. This is like a spicy mustard, I guess. One thing that I am still seeing kind of on here is there is a difference in terms of the yellow. Like, this is a painted yellow on this translucent plastic, whereas the rest is kind of molded. And you can kind of see that here as well, although at least to my eye, it's not nearly as noticeable as the other one. And again, you might not be able to notice that difference because of the lights and such, but it is noticeable in hand. But overall, I mean, it is the exact same figure from the outward section of the vehicle mode, just with a more, honestly, film-accurate coloring. And like I said, I mean, the mustardy yellow does kind of blend with things a little bit better. But you can still see you got that nice translucent section right here that kind of bleeds through. You can store his weapon. It's still damn near impossible for it just shoves up there. There's little prongs in there, but it is like really difficult to kind of get that in there. I'm not going to be able to do it. It sits up there. I wish they did a better job with that sort of inclusion of the weapon storage, but it is what it is. Still has the same kind of problems in general with kind of like tabbing issues and things kind of popping out and not like staying in place. So that really hasn't changed too much. The mold really doesn't change, so obviously that's not going to change much. For comparison, I did bring in Wheeljack from my previous review. If you watched that, thank you so much. But in the review of this, I did a comparison with this guy, which, you know, it's basically the same thing. But I do really like how these scale with one another. Both of them look really darn good. As you can see, he rolls if you get everything lined up properly. So everything that we got with the previous version is basically the same here. So really, not much different. I do instead of just like the flat black on here, I do like you have like some gunmetal gray inside there, which does look really sharp. Transformation is the exact same. I'm gonna go through it just briefly because there have been some changes slightly to some of the aspects of it, which I do really like. So first we're going to bring this up, fold this in, fold this down, and that's just going to sit there right there on the back. The whole side bits here all still kind of loosen up, kind of pull away. You fold the feet down, bring these little bits, cover in that little foot section right there, separate that. Again, just kind of loosen all this. This section right here is going to rotate around. It does, like I said, there's not a lot of clearance in a lot of these, which is kind of annoying. And then this swivels down and around. Now, this is one part that they did improve that I really do like. You got a little post right here. It's right on that section there. The other one had it, but it just kind of sat there and it didn't actually lock into place. Now, you can actually push that in and that locks into place. It's like they thickened it some, so that locks in there very nicely. It's just done by friction or whatever, so it's not a terribly secure one, but it's not just kind of loose and flopping around there, which that is a nice improvement and why I wanted to kind of go through the transformation to highlight that little section, although I really didn't need to because I could have just told you that. This, come on, there we go. Fold that around, bring the tire in. This piece here is going to swivel down, and then again, this piece here will now squeeze in, locking in it. I mean, it's barely there, but it's something. So give that a good solid squeeze. And that's honestly, it's not staying in as well as I thought it was going to, but it does sort of sit there. I brag about it, and then it doesn't really do it all that much. So, I mean, that still kind of pops out. But, yeah, it is what it is. Bring these little bits out. Lift this section down. These, pull that all the way around. Hinge that. Come on. There you go. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. There we go. Bring that around. Oh, that's because his head's right there, which you got to reach in there and pull that out. Then that swivels around. And these are going to lock up in his back section there. That's going to come all the way up, sit on his back. This piece right here will fold out. Fold out. This collapses down, and then this comes in, locks into place. Bring down his arms. Straighten out his head. Just like that. Play with all this. Get that situated properly. And I think power just kind of surged through my apartment. It is storming like a son of a gun out here in California right now. So if my power goes out, I'm sorry. Straighten that out. And when you're done, there you have the new Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Class B-127 in his robot mode. And again, while this is primarily just a repaint, it does look really very good. As you can see, the darker color for the yellow really does obviously carry through, but also the darker gray or gunmetal gray aspects that make up the majority of his body, in addition to his face, really do give a very premium look to this guy. Now, for some comparisons, obviously you got his gun, that kind of is the exact same thing. So getting that out of the way and taking, get him to, oh, he really holds that thing. Come on, get that, let go, Bumblebee. Like, don't let go of Bumblebee. So as you can see, his does have that darker element as well. The previous version, it had a little bit more of a silverish color, specifically down here, like at the bottom bit here, but you see it's a lighter gray up here, whereas this is a lot more gunmetal-ish, but it's the same gun. Now, even though the coloring on this guy is very accurate, the other thing that I really do like is the use of the unhelmeted head. That's not new, and I'll get in that here in a bit. But this is the previous one with the battle mask. Now, when we saw him like this, if memory serves, he did not have that battle mask on him. It wasn't until he went to Earth and utilized this mode that the battle mask came into place, come into play. But the problem that you could see is that color-wise, they're all over the place. This is very bright yellow. This is a little bit more in between, and this is that more like spicy mustard look. Realistically, that helmet could go on that guy, or that head could go on that guy. But again, the color really doesn't match all that well. But one thing that you're seeing is the reused head here. It works very nicely. And let me come in a little bit more so you can see that. I really do like it. I think it looks great. Obviously, this is a lot brighter and everything. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure that's a new head sculpt, but it really does look like it. And I'm trying to see. It really does. What do you guys think? I think they're identical, to be honest. Leave me a comment down in the comment section if you agree that it is the exact same head sculpt. The only thing that's really different would be the paint applications, but it makes sense that they would just kind of repaint this one for this guy. But I love the darker coloring in the face. That looks great. I mean, the silver looks really nice on this guy as well. but that just looks so much nicer. And then again, bringing the other one, obviously this has the battle mask, which again works perfectly fine, but he did use it when he had that off-road vehicle mode. So I don't remember. I know he came in, he saves Optimus kind of in the beginning. He's in his vehicle mode, he transforms. I don't think that this makes an appearance, but you know, either way, it's fine. I think that the color though does look really very nice. That darker yellow just looks so much more film accurate. I really do dig it. I really do. Overall, though, the figure is the exact same as that other one. Same articulation and all that stuff. I just think that the head does look really good on this body. It's really very sharp. You see the silver and the dark gray elements down here in the rest of the body. Just an improved figure, in my opinion. And as I was talking about, this one right here, these little bits here never really stayed in very good. They just kind of sit in there. So I don't know what they really did, if they thickened it, but you can kind of see it does look a little bit thicker. Oh yeah, absolutely it is. You can come in here so you can see those little posts. I don't know if you can see them fairly easily. That one definitely is a thicker post. Here, let me move that out of the way so I can do it side by side. You can definitely see that the new one here does have a thicker, if you get in there. Yeah, that is a thicker post, definitely. So it does make sense that this would kind of friction in a little bit better. And as you can see, it sits there pretty decently. This one, oh no, that one's in there pretty good as well. But it does hold the legs together so much better when you're trying to maneuver things, that these little panels aren't flopping all over the place. This one here, it just kind of is annoying. And I remember doing my other review of it and being annoyed that those kind of moved around. So I like the fact that they improved that. Kind of wish that all these heads were a little bit better color matched so that you could swap them if you have all these guys. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Transformers Studio Series Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Class B-127. I do think that this is the superior figure. I really do like the head sculpt on this guy. I think the color looks really good. Everything on it, for me, is just a big improvement over this. It is just a far better looking figure, in my opinion. Now, because the transformation is exactly the same, I'm not going to show the reverse transformation. We've already seen it before, but if you guys are interested in picking this guy up, as I mentioned, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line is exclusive here, at least in North America, to Target stores. And he will be hitting there fairly soon. So if you are looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. And please remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.